Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Janet and today's video is going to be part 1 of 2 mini series that I'm doing. It's all about summer products and things that I like to use and more focus on during the summer. Things that are lightweight, bold, bright, beautiful, and just lightweight coverage as far as complexion goes. Of course, I have oily skin, so that's going to amount to like always putting, for the most part, powder on, especially if I don't want to be a little grease spot at the end of the day. I'm showcasing things that are more useful for everyone, more wide variety of skin types, and rather than just focusing on oily types, because us oily type girls know that, or guys know that we have to use powder or certain things to, you know, as far as primers and powders for us. But anyways, moving on, let's get started because it might be a long one and I just want to go quickly. Alright, so first thing is complexion. I decided to go with 4 foundations out of my collection because I like how they wear, how they look, and they're very lightweight coverage. I don't feel like I'm wearing a mask on when I'm wearing them. Some of them are more, you know, still range in coverage, but for the most part they're very light coverage. Alright, so let me show you. Start with the first one. And I'm going to start with the lightest coverage, which comes from the Colourpop Pretty Fresh Tinted Moisturizer. And of course, it's literally just levels out pretty much just a little bit of discoloration on your face, and that's pretty much all the coverage you get from it. You do get a bit of a glow, and I really do like it because you can just apply it in a hurry if you just want to run errands, or if you just want to go with this and then build up with other complexion products. This is a great option, and it comes in I don't exactly remember how many shades, but it does come in a lot actually. I think it comes in like 14-15 shades, I want to say, and because it is a tinted moisturizer, it does cover more of a variety of skin colors versus a foundation where, you know, you have to stick to that one foundation color, otherwise it will be mismatched. So yes, definitely a great option. It's $14 and you can get it at Ulta or Colourpop.com, and I really love it. And also the way it wears great throughout the day. The next one I want to do is another CC cream, and this is from Thrive Cosmetics, and it's the Buildable Blur CC cream. And this one might be a little bit dark for me, but I can still wear it because I can most of my concealers are a little bit lighter, and because this goes on pretty sheer, it does have a good amount of coverage, but of course the less you use, the less coverage you'll have, and that's why I still want to be able to use this up before I get a lighter coverage, not a lighter coverage, a lighter color in this. But again, it does wear great throughout the day, and it does have an SPF 35, but just for you to be aware of, it's a combination of physical and chemical sunscreen. So if you're not into chemical, which I'm not really into chemical, which is one of the biggest cons for me for this product, so I just wanted to let you know about that it has a chemical sunscreen in it. I wish they would remove it and would just leave it with physical, but I still like the way it wears. It doesn't smell too sunscreeny like how some do if they have SPF on them. But yeah, I really like it. Let's see. The next 2 are more foundations, but they're on the lighter coverage of foundations. They are light, but you can build them up to medium. I just like to wear them light and then do more coverage with concealer if need be. If not, I can just go with light. I'm lucky enough to not have a lot of like discoloration or anything like that. I do have a couple breaks out right now, but they're really minor. It's not something that bothers me because I know they'll go away within a day or 2. Like I said, I'm very lucky with that. And I mean, my biggest issue is pores, but can't really do too much about that, so one from Charlotte Tilbury and then one from Bite, and the one from Bite is the Changemaker Supercharged Micellar foundation, and this is such a good foundation. I think it's like a really underrated foundation. I know it had a lot of buzz at the beginning of the year when it came out, but truly when Sephora opens up again and people, you know, it starts to normalize it, if you haven't tried this foundation, I recommend you get a sample. and just try it out. It's such a good foundation. It makes, especially, I know like it depends on whether you're oily skin or dry skin, but for me it makes your skin look so beautiful and it wears amazingly throughout the day. I think this is probably one of the better foundations I've had wear great throughout the day that I have in my collection. It wears out evenly, you don't have patches that are gone, and I really enjoy it. I love it. It's probably one of my top foundations, just to let you know. And then this one from Charlotte Tilbury, again, it's the Light Wonder Youth Boosting Perfect Skin Foundation. Mouthful there. And this has a luminous tint, and this one you do have to build. I think this one's even a tad lighter than the Bite foundation as far as coverage goes, but the way it wears, again, on your skin, it wears beautifully, and it's just something for you to throw on and just maybe add a little bit more coverage with concealer if you like. If not, just, you know, a little dab with concealer and on the go everyday foundation. I really enjoy it. Okay, I think the new one has an SPF if I remember correctly, but this is the original version, and I hope the new one doesn't have an SPF, but I heard somewhere that it did, and I hope it doesn't because I think this formula is great and I hope they haven't changed it. But I still have a bit to go on it, so I plan to keep enjoying it through this summer. Okay, now also, since I like lighter foundations, I also prefer lighter concealers, and as far as my collection, I've only have 3 concealers, well yeah, 3 concealers that I feel are the lightest wear so far that I've been able to try out. But let me go ahead and tell you about them. The first one that I have is from Colourpop. Again, they're pretty fresh. Now this one does go a little bit more full coverage, but again, you can just draw a little dot and it's great. And the reason I really like this is because it has the hyaluronic in it, and it is very, I think it's very hydrating and creamy, and you can get away because of the great coverage that it has with just a tiny bit, just to amp up the coverage on any tinted moisturizer that you have or CC cream or anything like that without feeling too cakey or just too heavy on the under eyes. I really enjoy this one. The next one I have is from Flower Beauty, and it's their Light Illusion Full Coverage Concealer. Again, it says full coverage, but compared to the other concealers that I have, it's, I would say, more of like a medium to full coverage if you build it up. Again, but the way that this formula was done and created, it feels very light on the skin, and it doesn't feel like you have too much on your under eye, and it doesn't cake up as easily as other concealers do. So I really like the way that it feels on your skin more than anything. And then the last concealer that I have to recommend is Bare Skin, what it's called, Bare Skin, but it's from Bare Minerals Bare Skin Complete Coverage Serum Concealer. Now the Colourpop Pretty Fresh Concealer does have a lot of shades. It has a great shade range for the most part. The Flower Beauty one, not so much. It has about 5, and it's supposed to cover how many skin tones, you know? So I would say the worst one is this one, unfortunately. This one has a terrible shade range of any concealer that I've ever tried. It only has 6 shades, and I have 2 of them. And I was golden beige, but then my skin got lighter and I became light. So light works great for my under eye, and then I would use golden beige as overall concealer, or if I just want just coverage but not brightening, then I would just use the golden beige too, or golden medium. But I love the way this feels because it's very creamy, very full coverage actually, but so light on your skin. It literally just goes on. It's a very liquidy consistency, but it goes on so beautifully onto your skin. It still continues to this day to be one of my favorite concealers, and I've been using this concealer for years now, and it still continues to be like top. I wish that it had a better shade range. Hopefully Bare Minerals gets on it because they need to. It's a great concealer, you guys. With actual summer fast approaching, because it's not quite summer yet, technically still spring, a bronzer is where it's at. And I have a lot of bronzers that I could have recommended, but I just wanted to focus on one bronzer because most people have probably 2 to 3 bronzers in their collection. But one that I want to focus on that's amazing is the one from Milk Makeup. And I just broke the top right before I was gonna film, and now I have to like tape it back together. Oh, see, I just broke it. Like, it's broken. I just broke it right before I was gonna film. It fell and it broke. But I'm gonna tape it back up so I can have a cover for my cream concealer. So this is $28, but it's honestly worth the price, and there is a mini for $15. I would say get the mini because it has so much, and I don't want it, you don't want it to go bad before you end up using all of it. Again, this is such a great bronzer. It's a matte bronzer. It does come in 2 shades, but it's so buildable that I can see why they have 2 shades. I mean, I would still want more shades. Honestly, they need more shades, especially for the fairest of skins or the deepest of skin tones. You need more shades, but regardless, it's still a great formula, and I do like to use, even though I'm oily skin, and of course summer and spring you become more oily, I still like to use cream bronzers, especially on an everyday basis, which I'm not wearing every day right now because Corona. But still, I really like this formula, and it does dry down matte, so you don't feel like it's just slipping and sliding everywhere, and I really enjoy this formula more than, like I already said. Let me highlight this highlighter before I move on to blushes, because again, I really enjoy cream products because I feel like they're lighter on the skin during the summer, and I can just put a light dusting of powder over it and I'm good to go. And one that I really enjoy is this one from Flower Beauty, and this one has not been given a lot of love on YouTube, and it's the Flower Day Glow Highlighting Glaze. Honestly, this is so nice. Like, it's basically a highlighter, but it's such a light highlighter where it literally looks like from within. That's what it looks like. You can put it on without any makeup if you just want an extra little glow, if you maybe have dry skin. It doesn't have any glitter. It is just pure sheen. It is so beautiful. And I think the one, if you guys have been paying attention, the one from Tower 28, I think it's similar to this, but this is honestly, I think it was like, I don't think, it wasn't more than $10. I think it was $10, and the Tower 28 one is like $20. And honestly, it's just a golden sheen, and it's transparent enough where I think it could work for a variety of skin tones, but they do have 2 shades. But like I said, it is just beautiful, and if you like shear it out enough, it will work for it will work for a variety of skin it will work for a variety of skin tones, because it has that transparency to it, but it'll just have that beautiful glow once it's dried down to where it just looks like a natural lit from within glow. Like, if you're oily skin, you know what I'm talking about. When you turn, all of a sudden you're like, oh, I'm so glowy, and it's just you. Basically, it's that in a compact. And it's so amazing. I really enjoy this product, and you do get a lot of product, and you need the most bare minimum amount, and it does dry down to where it's not tacky or sticky, see? And it doesn't feel like it. I mean, once it dries down, you do see the little shimmer particles, but they're so tiny and so just finely milled that you don't see the glitter, you just see that beautiful sheen. Actually, honestly, just looking at it now, it's not, I think I got glitter from something else that I was swatching. It's not the actual sheen, because I've been swatching things as I was preparing this for this video. Okay, the next thing that I really like all the time, but especially during the summer, because like I said, I just like to throw it on and go, are cream blushes. I have 2 forms that I really like with me. I have other ones, but I haven't tried them out fully to give you a good review on them. Like, I have the M Cosmetics blush serum. I like it, but I haven't tried it on my cheeks enough to give a good review. I have the Honest Beauty one. I have the Milani blush, but again, I haven't tried that one enough. And there was one more. I think that was it that I have as cream blushes. But the ones that I have tried enough and I absolutely love are the ones from Colourpop, the blush sticks, and then the ones, the blush bombs for Flower Beauty. Let's talk about the blush sticks. I have 4 shades, and I think I didn't get any more because I know cream products do go a little bad a lot quicker. But the reason I got these 4 shades, I feel like I got a good variety with them. I feel like Aloha is more. Let me do quick swatches. So for the 4 stick blushes from Colourpop. So the first one I have is Toast. I think this is the one that has a little bit, just a little bit of shimmer. And that's what it looks like right here. The next one is Cool It, and this is more of a cool toned pink. That next one right there. Cool toned pink, verge of mauve almost. Next one is Aloha, and this is I think the more neutral ones that they have right there. And it's like a peachy pink terracotta, like a peachy nude but deepened. And once you blend it out on your cheeks, it's pretty nude actually. And the last one is Under Pressure, and this one's definitely coral, peachy coral. And then the one that supposedly has shimmer, it doesn't really have too much shimmer. You can probably blend it out almost matte. So those are the 4 colors that I have for the Colourpop blush sticks. Those are so beautiful. They wear easily. You can blend it out with your finger. Comfortable just kind of putting them on your cheeks first and then blending it out. You can do that, or you can put it on the back of your hand and use a sponge and blend it out that way. It'll be a little bit more sheer. You have to build it up a little bit more that way, but it still works out fine. And with a brush too, but I've not used a brush, just use my fingers and sponge. Those are my 2 preferred methods, to be honest. Yeah, for those. Now for these, for most cream products actually, I prefer my hands unless it's bronzer because it covers a little bit more space. Now for the blush bombs, is just what I have right here. I have Melon, Cinnamon, and Pinched. I still want to get my hands on Nectar. And let's see, let me swatch these for you really quick. Oh crap, that one's, oopsies. Okay. So those are how they look without, you know, just the pure color, you could say. And then you can always share them out. This is of course the lightest color that they have right here, Pinched. So if you're more of a fair to light tone, even I light medium, I can build it up and it works out fine. I put too much for the... Okay, and then the last one, Melon. Okay, so these are the 3 colors right here. Pinch, you can definitely see that it's definitely more sheer. And if you're fair to light, like I said, you can definitely wear that without having to build it up. The second one is Cinnamon, and that one's definitely more for a medium to deep complexion. And then we have Melon, and this one I think you can probably, any skin tone could use it, because I'm going to sheer out the top. As you can see, you can really sheer it out. And that's a great thing I think honestly about cream products. You can really sheer them out a lot more than you can with like powder products, just because they have that blendability, that they're still liquid or cream, and you can just blend out to the color that you desire. Alright, and the wear on them is really great. Of course, on a hot summer day, it's cream products at the end of the day, and if you didn't set it, it is going to melt down, even if you are dry skin. Okay, let's see. I have 2 palette blushes and I have 3 singles, so I'm gonna go with the singles first. The first one is from Persona, is the Super Blush in Georgia, and this is a peachy shade and it's considered a matte blush. However, when you blend it out onto your cheeks, it has a subtle sheen that is not going to emphasize texture, and of course you can build it up. And it is one of the most beautiful formulas I have ever tried of blush, and I have a lot of blushes. If you saw my makeup inventory video, if not, I'll link it up. Oh my gosh, the minute that you put this blush on, it is beautiful. It works, it's just magic. So I definitely recommend that one. If you only pick up those 2, if you're not really into blushes, you're like, I kind of want to try some maybe, or I would recommend those 2 shades. Honestly, the Caramel, just the formula, the Caramel and the Georgia are the only 2 shades they have, but if they had more, I would own them. But just the formula is, ooh, so good. The next one is from Becca, and this is their Snapdragon in the luminous bronze. They have luminous bronze, not bronzers. They have a luminous blush, and they have oh my gosh, it just escaped me. Like a satin blush. Oh, what is it called? They have a name for it. I can't remember, but they have two types of blushes, and this is from the luminous line, and this is more of a like a peachy coral, more like a coral with some gold to it. And this one actually kind of reminds me of the one that came out from Natasha Denona. And also I think a lot of people describe this like, that's how orgasm from NARS is described, like a corally pinky with a gold sheen. I've never tried Laguna. I mean, was it Laguna? Orgasm from NARS, so I wouldn't know, but I think that's pretty close to getting to it. Like those peachy corally pinks with that gold sheen, and that's definitely a color I think for summer, getting that beautiful luminous glow, maybe not necessarily needing a highlighter, and almost that duochrome. It looks really, really nice on. It's a good, I couldn't even say good or great. It's a great formula. I really enjoy it. That's the only blush that I have from Becca, but I honestly would like to get more. Okay, the next one is just like a oldie, but such a goodie. When you swatch it, it doesn't do much for the swatch until you apply it on is when it really shines through, and it's the Milani Luminoso blush and the baked blushes, and I really enjoy this one and then the Petal Primavera, but for summer definitely Luminoso, just because it has that peach coral tones to it, and that it to me is like screams summer. And I like this formula because it's like a matte with that subtle sheen, and it's beautiful. It's like a satin, I guess you could say, like a satin blush, and it goes on beautifully. So as you can see, those are the three colors that I have. And honestly, this almost kind of reflects the palettes that I have. So if you didn't want to purchase each of these separately, because I know the Becca ones can get very expensive, even the Persona one I think is like 20 bucks. So if you don't want to spend all that, but you still want to get those colors, I would recommend you trying out the Alamar Cosmetics blush colorete. It's the blush trios, but they call it Colorete Blush Trio. Colorete Blush Trio is the official name. And I have two shades. I have the Fair Light and the Medium Tan. And the Fair Light comes with Castaway, Paraíso, and Scorcher. Again, you have these coral peachy tones. You have a mauve here in the center, and they are just gorgeous. Let me swatch them for you really quick. As you can see, they definitely have those peachy colors on the sides, and then you have that mauve in the middle. And this is such a good formula, and I think, if I remember, they have hyaluronic acid. I don't remember if they have hyaluronic acid or not, but honestly the formula is so good. And that's what they look like. It's very sheer the way I put it on here, but you can definitely build it up. And it's also, again, this is the light to medium, the fair to light trio. And then I have the medium tan, and I have Seclusion, Isla, and Toasted. Let me swatch these for you. Okay. And again, you have that peach first, and then you have that corally pink one, and then you have like a darker mauve. And honestly, sometimes they go on sale on their website, so if you don't want to spend too much on one single pan, you can always get these blush trios, and you honestly will not go wrong. They also have a deep dark, I think that's what it's official. They have one that's darker than this one. I think it's a deep or tan deep or tan dark one that they have, and it's again 3 shades that are more suited for a deeper skin tones, and they're so beautiful. And these are like, to me, quintessential summer shades. Of course you can wear them any time of the year, but sometimes I like more nude during the rest of the year, or like a brighter pink during the winter to get that flush, just came from outside kind of look. I like that during the winter. But these I was gonna say flashy peachy colors and coral colors and like bright pinks is what I like, or brighter pink corals is what I like during the summer. I think it just looks more fresh, just more natural, getting that outdoor color. So yeah, this pretty much, oh, completes this video. I hope you guys enjoyed watching this video, and if you did, don't forget to give it a thumbs up, and I hope you consider subscribing if you haven't already. And I just want to thank all my new subscribers for coming to my channel, watching my videos. It means a lot to me, and I just want to say welcome. Please leave me any comments if you want to watch any specific videos from me, and I will make sure that I add them to my calendar and I make them as soon as possible. So yeah, I hope you guys have a great rest of your day, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Bye bye.